Tonight, residents return. The people of fire-ravaged Marysville finally allowed back into their town.
When we were able to go through and have a stretch through the ruins, will be closure.
Justice served, a former federal court judge jailed over speeding fine lies.
And in a league of their own, the AFL's big men do more than just fly.
Ten News at 5 with Mal Walden and Helen Kapalos.
Good evening and welcome to 10 News. Also tonight, Australia's 10th casualty as another digger dies in Afghanistan.
But first, the emotional return to Marysville, with police finally allowing residents access to the fire-ravaged town almost 7 weeks after Black Saturday. Until now, Marysville has remained a crime scene as investigators sifted through the ruins. 10 reporter Rikal Eberle is there and has filed this report.
That's right. Residents have returned here to the devastated town of Marysville. It's back to you.
Rikal Eberle reporting there from Marysville.
Meanwhile, people from one of the other hardest hit areas have had a chance to voice their concerns. Bushfire Royal Commissioners have been told of fears over the combustible materials being used in the rebuilding of Flowerdale.
It's one of the first signs of rebuilding.
Now, with a view of Friday night sport, here's Stephen.
Mal, a Brownlow medalist in the bull ring and a lion taking on the giants of gridiron. They're just two parts of an absorbing advertisement for the AFL's 2009 season. The spectacular ad shows the biggest names in the game, including Chris Judd, Adam Goods and Jonathan Brown, running rings around players from a host of international sports. Not surprisingly, it all ends with arguably the brightest star of them all, Buddy Franklin. Also tonight, the rush behind rule now a permanent fixture in the AFL. From Russia with love, the Demons snare more cash, a crunching start to the new V8 season, and the Aussies collapse on the opening day of the third test.
And coming up in 10 News, our controversial desalination plant gets the green light from the federal government. And the fast food giant serving school kids with a McMaths menu.
Now to finance news, and gains in resources and energy stocks have been offset by losses in the financial sector. The All Ordinaries closed down 11 points. QBE Insurance fell $1.23. The NAB lost 38 cents, while BHP Billiton gained 93. The Australian dollar is buying 68 US cents, 47 pence, 65 yen and 50 euro cents. Gold is trading at $9.54 US an ounce. Crude oil is up $3.34 US a barrel, while petrol is still selling for an average of around $1.17 a litre across Melbourne.
Motorists are being warned of extensive disruptions on Melbourne's roads this weekend.
More for you after sport.
When we return, monster sentenced. Austria's dungeon dad to spend the rest of his life in a psychiatric ward.
And the president turns comedian on The Tonight Show.
Let me just say, I think Kevin looks good in a suit.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
He looks a little like Secret Service.
He does, yeah.
In your Eye on News tonight, work choices no more. The deal with Senator Steve Fielding that's ended the deadlock over the government's Fair Work bill.
Behind bars, former federal court judge Marcus Einfeld jailed for lying over a $77 speeding fine.
And the emotional return to Marysville, the town no longer considered a crime scene almost 7 weeks after Black Saturday.
Meanwhile, primary students at Chum Creek are re-greening their once idyllic playground after bushfires threatened their school. They're now hoping the native plants will bring back the animals that once shared the grounds.
Should be here tonight's sport.
Mal, the AFL's new rush behind rule here to stay. Things looking up for the Demons. The Aussies crumble on the opening day of the third test. Jeff Ogilvy to join Tiger at the Australian Masters, and carnage at Clipsal at treacherous turn 8. Good evening, everyone. The AFL will introduce 2 new rules for the 2009 season. The Commission approved the changes this afternoon, just 6 days before the first game. Rob Waters is at AFL headquarters. Take it away, Rob.
Yes, good evening, Quarters. Well, they haven't mucked around with this one, have they?
Enjoy football-free weekend.
Yes, for a long time.
Sure you will.
Thanks, Stephen. Well, checking last night's Powerball results now, and one lucky Queensland winner is third.
Have a great weekend. I'll catch you Monday.
Thanks for that, Jimmy. Next, Mike with the weather and the special youngsters being seen around town on the side of a tram.
Week 22 degrees. Enjoy your weekend and look forward to seeing you on Monday. Good night.
Thank you, Mike. And yes, this was my St. Pat's Day tie. It was on the wrong peg. We still match, though.
Have a great weekend. Take care.
We'll match up again on Monday. Good night.
We will.